As a niece of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., I'm Dr. Alveda King. I have a dream. It's in my genes. My whole family has been pro-life. I learned from my mother that my grandfather, Dr. Martin Luther King Sr., kept her from aborting me in 1950. This was after Planned Parenthood had come to campuses much like this. And they came to campuses all over America saying, we're the birth control league, and if you don't want to have a baby, use this. And even if you get a baby, we know ways that you don't have to have a baby. And so mother was a college student, much like here, and she said, I don't want a baby, I want to finish college. And Daddy King said, that's a person. That's not a lump of flesh. That's a little girl. There was no ultrasound back then. But Daddy King knew that I was a girl. And so if we fast forward to the 1960s, late 1960s, after the assassination of my uncle, Martin Luther King Jr., and the mysterious death of his brother the next year, I had just gotten married. I had a little baby. I went to a doctor. And the doctor says, well, you have one baby. You don't need another baby. Let's see. Let me send you to this place that will help you. Don't tell the church or your parents or your family or anybody like that. And so, as a result, I ended up having 2 abortions and hiding those from my family. But in the mid-1970s, after Roe versus Wade had passed, I was going to have another abortion, and Daddy King says, that's not a lump of flesh, that's my grandbaby. So that's the kind of life that I have lived and grown up in. And in 1983, I repented from my own abortions and all the harm that was caused by the abortion, including the death of my little baby, much like you see in the pictures behind me. My uncle, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., said that America will not reject racism until America sees racism. And I say to you today that America will not reject abortion until America sees abortion. So I want to commend the work of those who are showing to the students here that these are little people with 46 chromosomes and all the organs and all the promise that we have. And so we need to let the babies live. So keep up the good work, and God bless you.
Because one of the things that it built in me, God built in me, was the need to reach out to other young girls. So I was trying to start a group home for young girls. I ran into a friend of mine, and we both was crying one day. This is about 7 years ago. And it came out that both of us had abortions, and that's why we were both on this need to help younger women. So we were crying, and when I got through talking to her, that was my first time telling anybody. And I could hear God telling me, I'm going to use your secret. That secret right there that you have that you're not telling anybody, I'm going to use it to glorify me. So that was the beginning of it. And then slowly but surely I started kind of telling one more person. I started volunteering at a pregnancy center. And I remember 2 years ago I saw an email that came across, and it was a picture of little baby pieces, and I remember thinking, oh my God, is that what it looks like? You know, and it was my first time seeing it. And then when I went to the pregnancy center, we had training to be a volunteer. And in the books you could read about the abortion procedures. And I remember thinking, oh my God, is that what I put my baby through? You know, listening to what they do, reading what they do. And then just recently, working with Dr. King and the Priest of Life, on their website they have all the pictures of all the aborted babies. And I remember just being overwhelmed when I first saw the website, and really just, you know, thank God I know God has forgiven me for this. But really just thinking, oh my God, people need to see this, but how do you show them? How do you show them the truth? I didn't, you know, this is what my baby went through. This is what my baby, they sucked my baby out with pieces, and this is what my baby went through. And I remember thinking, I want to tell my friends, but how can you tell them? How can you show them? So I think this is a great idea because it gives the people the truth. It shows them the pictures, and then after that they can decide whether or not, at least they can deny that it's not a blobber tissue.